Friends, welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. This is a hard cataract. The anticapsule has been stained with trypan blue dye. 2 incisions have been made. Now let us observe the rest of the surgery. The antechamber has been filled up with visco and it has been applied over the corneal epithelium. And now watch capsulorhexis. Capsulorhexis with the help of this forceps. This is a utreta forceps. This is a quite hard cataract. Nuclear sclerosis is about grade 4. So the rhexis should be on the larger side. So from 7 o'clock I went more peripherally and did a little larger rhexis. And the size of the rhexis is adequate, and now is the time to do hydrodissection. In this case my plan is to do submarine chop, which is my technique for dividing such hard cataracts. For hard cataracts I don't use pre-chopper. I use the ultrasonic power and use the phaco needle itself for doing the division of nucleus. And now is the time to introduce the phaco needle. The machine being used is Faros from Oertli, Switzerland, and this much exposure of the phaco needle is okay for this cataract. I enter into the antechamber with bevel down and aspirate some superficial cortex. Now I turn the handpiece to make the bevel off, push the nucleus little down and bury the tip completely into the substance of the nucleus. It goes through the substance towards the opposite equator, and as it reaches near the opposite equator, the chopper is used to divide the nucleus, and in this case the nucleus was brittle and it has divided completely into 2 heminuclei. But this is not the case always. Most of the time I have to rotate the nucleus 180 degree and then the nucleus divides into 2 heminuclei. Now one heminucleus has been divided into 2 pieces, and these pieces are emulsified. Ultrasonic energy used is 80%. In continuous mode flow rate is 40 ml per minute, and vacuum is 400 millimeter of mercury. Now I come out in hard cataracts. Since I am using hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose as the visco, it is better to come out after emulsifying half of the nucleus, refill the SE with SPMC, and then work on the heminucleus again. And the same principle, the phaco needle goes into the substance of the nucleus and the nucleus is chopped easily. And your hold is also very nice when you bury the tip completely into the substance of the nucleus. Though the ultrasonic energy is in continuous mode, I am using the ultrasound intermittently and far away from the corneal endothelium. I am working in the anterior part of the capsular bag and never above the iris plane. If any piece comes near the corneal endothelium, I hold it, go back to the iris plane, and then apply ultrasonic energy. At this time, I reduce the vacuum to 250 during emulsification of the last nuclear bit. Remove the chopper so that antechamber becomes more stable, and emulsify the last nuclear bit. This nuclear piece near the sideboard must be removed. This kind of small pieces of nucleus usually gets lost under the iris. So before removing the cortex, the first thing will be to remove such pieces. I've used the Simcoe to remove that nuclear piece. Just hold it with a little vacuum and pull it out. And now rest of the cortex is being removed by the Simcoe cannula. This is a 23 gauge Simcoe. I made only one side port, and the cortex is nicely cleaned. This is hydroimplantation of a single piece monofocal intraocular lens. The lens goes into the capsular bag. Whatever visco was there in the lumen of the cutis comes out just by irrigation. The lens is nicely placed. I'm checking whether the lens is in the bag or not. You can see the capsular rim at 9 o'clock. Bring the haptic there, and then I check. Yes, the lens is in the capsular bag. Do some more irrigation, and now little bit of moxifloxacin is injected into the anterior chamber. This is moxifloxacin 0.5%, and the side port is now closed, hydrating corneal stroma on either side of this wound. The main wound has been constructed in such a way that it will not require any hydration. This is the final lavage and formation of anterior chamber. The intraocular pressure is kept on the higher side, and here we conclude the case. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will inspire you to try this technique, the submarine chop technique, to divide hard cataracts. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, compassion, and great surgical competence.